Everyone, welcome back to Sibelius 7 tutorial here at Educator.com. Sibelius interface. In this lesson, we will discuss about how Sibelius 7 interface is different than previous versions of the software as far as the interface works. Single document interface. Previous versions of Sibelius employed a multiple document interface, MDI, an item common to Windows and Mac applications alike. In MDI, there is typically a single set of tools that apply to all open documents, with each document being shown inside a client area. For an example, the gray background that you see when you first run Sibelius 6 or earlier versions on Windows, if you were still a user of the previous versions. MDI application also typically only show a single entry on the Windows taskbar, regardless of how many documents are open. This can make it difficult for users to see how to switch between open documents. An application that employs a single document interface, which is SDI, by contrast, typically uses a separate top-level window for every document window, so that each document has its own entry on the Windows taskbar. So each document has its own entry on the Windows taskbar in this way. This is making it much easier for users to find and switch in between documents that are open. Furthermore, each document window is typically self-contained with all of the necessary toolbars embedded directly in each window. Sibelius is also tabbed document interface in the 7th edition. So basically, in addition to using MDI, multiple document interface, Sibelius now also employs a tabbed document interface, TDI, familiar from all modern web browsers. Each SDI window displays one or more tabs, with each tab containing a view of the full score, a dynamic part, a saved version of the full score. Or this could be a dynamic part from a saved version of the full score if you want to get really fancy. To open a new tab, we'll click the plus button at the top. That we're just going to do that in a second. In this way, we will see a menu appearing, listing all of the dynamic parts in the current score and any saved versions. If you have opened one of the versions, a submenu that appears for that version listing the dynamic parts belonging to the version. Choose any dynamic part, saved version, or dynamic part belonging to a version to open a new tab containing that view. It is also possible to open a new tab by selecting something in the full score view and hitting W, which will switch it to a tab containing the first dynamic part that contains the selected object, or open a new tab to show you that part. You can also open a new window containing the contents of the current tab by choosing New Window from the plus menu. You can see the same menu by right-clicking anywhere along the document tab bar. To switch quickly to any open tab, choose the desired tab from the menu that appears when you click the button to the right of the plus button. To move to the next tab, type Control Tab in Windows and exactly the same Control Tab in Mac, and move to the previous tab. Type Control Shift Tab and Control Shift tab in Windows and Shift Control tab on Mac. In this way we can go to the previous one. I'll be giving you the example of all these in a second. To close a tab that we can Control W, or you can Command W in Macintosh systems.